How about you? Any new products you got going on?
Um,
My bad, y'all.
what is you? Um,
You got a shorty in the background?
nah, not at all, not at all, not at all. Just a dog, man, just a dog.
Oh, okay, okay.
But no, I wouldn't use the word product for this part.
Okay.
I was that um new a lot of new revelations. I had a lot of new revelations this week. You feel me? A lot of things has been revealed to me this week that definitely, built me um personally. You feel me? I feel like I needed that the most more than anything.
I mean,
Um
share something with us, bro. Share something with us, cause somebody that's watching this can need that, man.
okay. I didn't need the interruption, I was going to continue talking. But I definitely, appreciate the support though. You know? Um so as I was saying, um I feel like that's like very, very important that sometimes you gotta realize that yeah, you might have, a drive or a motivation, to act on your thoughts or act out what you talked about. And when you don't do it, you can feel down about it. You feel me?
Facts.
And then you can keep on and trying to do it, and keep on failing and things like that. You feel me? To where you can just give up.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times is, especially when you're an entrepreneur with a depend on your lifestyle as an entrepreneur when it comes to kids, family, finance, and just how your life's set in general. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like sometimes you really gotta slow down and heal, you know, mentally. Like sometimes you gotta be understood of what's going on around you. I feel like every week people need like a cleanse like that. You feel me? To where they gotta sit there and evaluate their last week, and if anything made sense that week, if there was any moments where it's like bad, negative, energy, or you know days, or nights to where you couldn't think because of this situation or that situation.
Right.
I feel like do that because then moving forward next week, you feel me? You learn from that, so then you can try to avoid that. You feel me? The goal is to just be happy, right? To live life and be happy. If nobody want to be sad and frown, purposely, right? That's all
Right.
accidental and all. So if you can, during the journey, help ease that, help you smile more. Sometimes you got to remove any point of time to where it was like negative, or to where you had bad thoughts. You feel me? So sometimes you got to just locate yourself, from the location. I feel like that was the wrong word, but from the
Sorry, bro.
location.
You cooking, bro. You cooking. Cook up, man.
And that's the scenario, and I feel like that was the thing that I've had. That's why I said that. Yeah, I've got better than last week. You feel me? You know the motto. You feel me? What you always said. The goal is get 1% better every day.
Facts.
You feel me? And doing that, you feel me? I had to realize that I can't get better if I don't get certain things straightened out and getting certain things understood. Like it's hard to act on new ambitions when mentally, you're not 100% there. You know, and I feel like that's a big thing that I learned. See what I'm saying? And then once I, learned that and start removing certain things from my mind and from my life, within this past like day and a half,
Right.
um, my mind became a little bit more clear,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started realizing, especially today, when you called me, um, I was in a car, right? I was in a car and I was up, back in Philly. I was up by,
Wait,
my
wait. You
pop's
talking about
way.
like an hour ago?
Yeah, when you
Okay.
called me.
Okay. Okay.
I was up by my pop's way, and I was just sitting there, and because I went there to do videos. Usually I do that at their house or somewhere where sunlight just away from this area I'm at right now.
I'm gonna answer that in a second,
And
John. Go ahead.
I was just sitting there, and I got off the phone with you, and then I was sitting there for a little longer, for like another half hour, and then I had to realize like, yo, like this feels like the starting point of a possible rewind. See what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because I always say every year is like a restart. Every year, sometimes when you think about, yo, why did this happen this year again, during this year again, is because sometimes it's like a repeat because you made the same mistakes as last year in a different way.
Right.
So it was like it was like a little, that first step of a rewind, and I was like, yo, like I gotta get out of this. You feel me? I gotta get back to what I need to do. You feel me? And that's the
How the
biggest
heck
thing
did
that I
me
learned.
call you make you think of that? What the heck?
Um, because number one, I was at the location. You feel me? And I'm never around there no more. Like it's been
Oh.
you called me, so it was like flashbacks of, you feel me? Because that was like an everyday thing.
Uh-huh.
So, and that's why I was like, oh, you feel me? And like that's why I stopped going. You feel me? To Philly like that in general. You feel me? Because I feel like it's just going back. You feel me? Unless I'm going there for like some type of Lincoln, just for good energy or um acting or anything like that. Like I don't want to just be around there and just
All
for no
right.
reason.
So I want to stick to that, but I do want to answer John Smith. To complete beginners in the online game, what would you recommend, assuming you have capital to invest? So what I would recommend if you are a complete beginner online in online sales or any business in general, I want you to first start to realize what are you good at, right? So let's understand this. You need to first expand on your strengths, right? You need to understand what you're great at, because becoming a reseller is hard, okay? It's not just about listing stuff and just selling it. If you're trying to make this a real extra income, you got to make sure that you are consistent, and consistency is very hard to continue. And I would say write on a piece of paper first before anything what you're willing to sacrifice, as far as, all right, I want to put every day, I'm a beginner, right? So every day, let's say I get home from work at 7 o'clock. All right, from 7:30 to 8:30, I'm going to sit down on my phone and list products or revise my listings, right? So I would set a schedule first. Then, John, what I would do is I would, after setting a schedule, start to think about, okay, what should I invest in? Now, I don't want you to invest in the slippers if you don't wear them. I don't want you to invest in phones if you have no interest in phones. I want you to invest in something that you'll be able to resell, but also be a product of. So, like I tell people in private sessions, one-on-one calls. If you want a one-on-one call, definitely go to imhustlersmindset.com. But what I tell people in my one-on-ones is, listen, if you like to sell cleaning supplies, go and find a cleaning supplies distributor. Like, if you're somebody that wants to get into the electronic field, you can go to my website right now, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all before anybody else knows, the new website that I'm building is called the connectwireless.com. But for right now, it's still Hustlers Buy. But I have to intertwine it with my real, stores and stuff. So what I would say is find out what niche you want to attack first, so you're not just confused and scrambled. Once you find that, the niche that you want to have, let's say it's cleaning supplies, then what you would do is just start reaching out to people to get that, the merchandise. Or if you want to become a middleman, just use my technique that I've shown in a live earlier this week, where you can actually start to sell things on eBay for $0. By literally using other websites like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and then from there literally list every day using the system that you implemented. So you got to find a solution. I mean, you got to find a system to really have a lucrative reselling business. So you just got to sit down and figure out what you want to really sell. Don't just start selling anything. I got people that be selling sneakers and all they wear is sandals. Like, it doesn't make sense, bro. You don't know what sneakers to sell, and you don't know what people are liking, right? So don't be one of those people that are men trying to sell hair or trying to sell weave and you don't even know anything about it, right? So I would say invest in something that you really have knowledge on. That's what I would say. Now, back to what you were saying, bro. I feel like this week, from the way that you're talking, has been really heavy on you mentally. And I think what you're saying is literally what I said on the last podcast, which was, slow down. That was my message to you. I definitely am happy that you took that advice in a different way, though. You know what I mean? It seems like mentally you needed to slow down, so you already you identified that, right? So when it comes to being an entrepreneur, right? I think you, and I'm being completely honest, like I'm not trying to be funny for the pod. I'm not trying to do none of that for anybody watching. And guys, if you're watching, I want you to understand, me and him have these conversations in real life. We just decided to put them out on these type of platforms because we know that people can use them, right? No problem, bro. Yeah, of course, no fluff. You deserve nothing but a straightforward answer. But all of this stuff, like when I critique him, when he critiques me, when we talk shit, or when we are really being serious with each other, we try to be completely blunt, right? And we try to put you guys in that room because I want y'all to feel like y'all in this room together and we all are talking about how to get ourselves better. This ain't no shit to talk about girls and talk about why women are feminine, and like we're not hopping on no trend of other podcasts. Because I see a whole bunch of podcasts trying to be Kevin Samuels, right? We are trying to be us genuinely. And if you're here watching, I just want to make that message. Like, that's what you're going to get here. And you are so free to join us. If you want to join this call right now, hit us up on Discord. Hit the Discord link. Shoot me a direct message. And we'll get you in here. If you want to talk, hit the chat up, y'all. Just type it. You know what I mean? But the reason I said the disclaimer is because I'm going to be brutally honest with you, bro. With a lot of things, bro, you make sense. What you're saying now makes complete sense. And what I do want to say about the whole point that you had was, can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see you. But I wanted to make sure you could hear me. Nobody can see you actually. You got to turn your camera back on.
Nah, yeah. It was.
So yeah. What I see, and this has been something that I think you slip into. You slip into this frequently. You are a pointer, right? And I thought you would learn this from me because I used to be a pointer. The shit that you're in, and this is for everybody, the shit you're in, the shit you go through, the mental struggles you have, the depression you got, the problems in your life in totality is because of you, right? Never blame anything that you have going on in your mind on a area, on a person, on a memory, on a situation. And let me explain to you why, though. And you can contest this. I woke up. You were there. Because I woke up one day so depressed. Martin knew I was depressed, right? He knew I was depressed. I'll never forget this one day in my motherfucking life. And he'll tell you. I woke up one day, it was early in the morning. And I text you, bro. And I said, I'm moving. Remember that? I said, I'm moving to California. I don't know if I said I was moving. I don't know if I knew where, but I was like, bro, yeah, I'm moving. And I think I moved like the next day, if I'm not mistaken. It's like I moved like really, really fast. And, there was the next day?
Yeah, it was like the next morning. I think we talked, and you were like, I'm at the airport. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, talking about.
And I'm gonna tell y'all why I thought that, bro. I thought that because being in that area of where I was at that point in time connected with so much things that reminded me of the past, right? And I thought to myself, well, let me get out of that space and let me go all the way across the country and I'll be able to start. As you know, nothing happened, but the problems follow me, right? So like, I can. Oh yeah, this fuck. Oof, Jesus. I can literally run as much as I want, or I can tie different excuses to different people or situations. But no matter what, it all starts with you. So when you just said that whole speech, right, and expressed yourself, that shit was dope, because I think that's what you needed to get out. But I will tell you this as well. Being in Philadelphia is where you belong. So like, no matter what you want to say, and no matter how much you want to run from it, the thing I realize about you and the thing that I've seen about you currently is that you're so busy trying to find the identity, I think. And the identity that you're trying to find is something you've been trying to find, and you feel like you have that freedom to find it now because you're all by yourself doing what you want on your own in your own type of structure, that you start to frown upon the areas that made you who you are. Like, and you got your hustle from Philly, right? And what I mean is, I'm not discrediting how you grew up or anything. I'm saying like, you got a lot of hustling experiences from Philly. You got a whole bunch of failure from Philly, but you also got a success from Philly. And I think as people, we start to, honestly, psychologically, we only remember the bad parts. We don't really think of the good parts. And now you might be like, I feel like it's rewinding. But really, what's so bad about rewinding and then figuring out what you did wrong, but then not repeating it? I think that's the life of an entrepreneur. So what I want to ask you is, what's so bad about rewinding?
Because of the fact that it's not that rewinding is bad, because it happened multiple times, multiple years. You know, I felt like that, and it was needed. You know,
Yeah.
I definitely took, acknowledged it, took full accountability. Like, it was very, very needed. And every year when it did happen, I thought about the previous year. Like, damn, like, I needed that. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So it's not. I'm not saying there's anything bad about rewinding, but I feel like you eventually get to the point of you continuously making almost, similar and the same mistakes, to where you're not growing on that point, to where you do start growing, and eventually you start realizing, before actually going through the downward spiral, like, yo, I remember, being in this position, and I remember letting this feeling overcome me, and me just being like, you know what, forget it. Let me just get comfortable, and let me just yada, 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 or whatever the other situation is, depending on what people feel and things like that. And then you like, all right, you know what, let me stop myself. You feel me? So like, at a certain point in time, it's like, all right, like, if you see that point of coming, don't keep on going down the point. Like, eventually you got to realize, like, all right, bet, it's about to rewind. No, forget it. I already know it's about to happen. I'm gonna switch it back and play, and let's keep on going. You feel me? Because I've been there, done that 8 years in a row, 10 years in a row, 12 years in a row. You feel me? This 13th year, I learned so much out of this. You feel me? I'm not in a position that I thought I would be at this point in time, but clearly I was meant to be in the position that I'm in right now. So I'm not gonna rewind another 24th year, because like, I see it now. You feel me? I see clearly now. You feel me? That's why they made this song. You can see clearly now. Mm-hmm. Like, so like, I feel like I'm at like that point. You know what I'm saying? Because before I couldn't see. Before I could not understand it, and I would just get mad, and then I'll probably put a Band-Aid over it and just continue life. And then I had to revisit. Then I got revisited next year of why I went through that. You feel me? So now I feel like I leveled up enough, and I'm at the point to where, you feel me, my 1% better every day